And he was like, team call, what does that mean? And so I told him that initially, I signed up to be a coach because of the discount, and then just if anybody happened to message me, like, that'll be cool. But my first goal within a couple months, I would like to be able to just cover the cost of my Shakeology and what the on-demand, monthly breakdown would be. But then within 6 months, I feel like it's kind of aiming maybe low to be Emerald. It feels like it doesn't take a whole lot, but at the same time, until you really get a feel for, where everyone's at in their lives and how open they are to it, I'm kind of afraid to say I want to be Diamond by next summer, but I would like to be. I am in a job that I currently love. I just started a couple months ago, so I'm not feeling pressure to break away from that at any time, but I also, my husband and I don't have kids yet, and so if in a couple years we're able to have kids, at that time I would like to step away from working full-time outside the home and be able to kind of transition. So I feel like giving a couple years to start building, that 2019 will be a goal to really start the momentum for that.
That's awesome. Thanks, Allison, for sharing. And I do think Emerald isn't that hard, and you can definitely get there before 6 months. I think you can get to Diamond in 6 months, but a lot more will start to shape place, I think, in another month or so. Allison literally joined our team like 12 days ago. So it's brand new. So there's a lot of, you guys all know how that is at first, how much information is thrown at you and what that looks like, and kind of how overwhelming that is. But that's awesome. Thanks for sharing those. Anyone else? Gemma, do you have any goals?
Gemma, what are your goals? I'm pooping on the potty now.
Oh,
so, big goal achieved.
So cute. Okay, well, we will, if no one else wants to share, that's okay, but just be thinking about those. Now is the time. But if you want to work with want help kind of planning and seeing how to get there, we can work one-on-one with what that looks like for you too, and kind of set up a plan for that. So just to kind of start with January, I mentioned this last week, but with challenge groups. So we are going to do our challenge groups only on the challenge tracker. When I looked back on 2018, the group that was the most active was the 80-Day Obsession group, and that's where we did the tracker and Facebook. And a lot of the feedback was that it was like too much to do both. And I agree. And so, but I love the tracker for the purpose of, like, I could celebrate how many workouts people got in that week. That kind of got people excited and they wanted to be recognized, just like we like to be recognized, that kind of stuff. How many shakes they drank, those kind of things. So there's just lots of tools in there that I like. And I honestly, I know this is weird, but I have a lot of people on Instagram that like don't have Facebook. So I send them like private messages all the time, but they're not like able to get that group atmosphere. So now the dilemma that we discussed last week with challenge groups and the challenge tracker is right now for 2018, we did the Fit Squad, and it was open all year, and I have one set up like that. That's the Portion Fix Challenge, and that was going to be the group that was 4 days a week. So we focus on that they work out 4 days a week, and we really focus on nutrition in there. So we're going to talk about the containers or 2B mindset and those type of things, and encourage them to work out at least 4 days a week using one of the programs. It can be any program, and keep that open for the year. And then Rise Up is going to be the T20. Now, the problem with doing them separate is that when T20 ends and we put them into Portion Fix Challenge, you your workouts don't stay with you. So you would no longer see like those 30 workouts you logged during, or 32 workouts that you logged during T20. I don't know if that's ultimately a big deal because you know that you did them. Just at the end of the year, it's not going to, like, those aren't going to be in your total. But I don't know that I want them together, because then it's like, what I was going to do is where if you're a coach and you've bought in the T20 package, you get into the coach test group. So I was going to kind of take the videos that he shares in there and share them in there, and stuff like that. And I don't know that that pertains as much to the people that are like wanting to do more like the 4-day group thing. But I definitely don't want us to have to log twice after T20 is done. So I'm kind of at a dilemma. What do you guys think? What are your honest opinions on which way to do that?
I missed the first half because I was putting Ellie in bed, so I'm really sorry. I don't know the question.
So, I mean, that was the question right at the end, but just like, we are doing the challenge tracker, and the Portion Fix is open all year, but the T20 obviously is just for like 6 weeks or 12 weeks, whatever. We'll probably do 2 rounds of it, so it's 12 weeks.
Okay.
So the question is, do we want to just put everybody in the Portion Fix challenge and not have a separate one, so that they can keep track of their workouts for the entire year? Or is it okay if we add them to the Portion Fix challenge after T20 is done?
Yeah, I'd say add after. So then we have like our own group for T20, right?
Yeah, that would be the idea. That way, you know, we can share things that are specific to T20, and it doesn't give that pressure to the people that are choosing to only work out 4 days a week.
Right.
Have to work out 6 or 7 if that's what they're doing. But
Okay.
On the flip side, having been in one of those challenge groups before using the tracker, having to log it twice is like super obnoxious. And I think even if somebody's only working out a few days a week, it's still nice to see what everyone else is doing
that's true.
on those other days. So I would totally be on the side of just having one.
So when you say logging twice, people wouldn't just log in T20, they would log in both.
They
I
only
probably
have to log in
You
one.
need to lay down. You need to lay down.
Okay.
But you as a coach, if you have people in Portion Fix and you have people in Rise Up, you're probably going to log in both.
True. Okay, I wasn't thinking about
I mean,
that.
yeah. So.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if it helps keep people like more encouraged and accountable if they're not doing T20, then I would agree having everybody together would be beneficial. Because if we have like one big group doing T20 and then only a few people in the Portion Fix, they might be less accountable that way. So that would be a benefit of doing it all together.
Yeah.
I'm used to doing our Facebook where we do a separate, like is separate for a program and separate, 2 groups, but I typically am only active in one at a time. So that's probably a good point. No, it's really annoying when you have to do this and that, like 4 different posts of the same thing. So I can understand that being, too much.
Anyone else have any other thoughts?
I think I agree. Just having like the one group would be beneficial, because then I think there just will be more consistent posting if there's just.
And I think I like in general, like building you worked out, good job. It doesn't have to be one specific program. So like just applauding each other for the workouts period. And then if you're doing the same program as someone else, that's great. That's like a bonus. But just like applauding each other for the workouts that we're doing at all, I think it builds like more of a culture of teamwork. And
I think it can also garner some interest in the other
a different program. Yeah, for sure.
So like with me, I came in and I really wanted to do Lift 4, but now I've seen so much. Sorry, my dog's like all up on me now. I've seen a lot of stuff about T20, so like I already am looking forward to the next thing. I'm not like, okay, when I finish Lift 4, I'm out. I'm like, I'm hooked.
Yep.
I'm ready
I think
to try
that's
the
really
next
true.
thing. So
Seeing
that could
results
be
and stuff from other people too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so be thinking of names. Then, because I don't know that I want to call it the Portion Fix Challenge if it's like our thing for the year. And I don't want to call it Rise Up. I mean, I'll advertise it as Rise Up Boot Camp just for the people, you know, because it kind of goes with the STEP theme. And I typically, just so like, you know, my strategy, I try to like every month start people, like the second group, so that it's a fresh start and people start at the same time. So I kind of give them new names just because it's catchy.
Yeah.
Right? So like I'll still refer to it as Rise Up Boot Camp starting January 14th because that's when those people are starting. I can't start before that. So but we need a name. We had Fit Squad last year. I know a lot of people call them their virtual gym or something like that. So we if you have any great names ideas, let me know.
What about like Take Charge Challenge? So that's, especially if it's like something that's going to be a full year long. It's not like a short, you know, just one and done type thing. It's really like taking charge of your whole lifestyle. I don't know. That was just like off the top of my head, but
Yeah, I like the concept too.
Okay, I'll write it down. All right. Well,
Come here.
it's not something we have to like
Yeah, decide
label
right now.
today, and it's probably not that big of a deal, but it's nice to have like a cute little flyer and whatnot.
Yeah.
Your pineapple cups up there.
Okay. So that is the challenge tracker. So what is coaching groups? We are going to have a What is Coaching group at the end of December. I believe it was December 27th. No. Is the 27th a Thursday?
Of December.
Yes.
Wonder.
My calendar's like downstairs.
Get it, baby.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, so it is the 27th. So we're going to do it December 27th. What is Coaching group? Just because that's kind of a time to promote where they can get into the coach test group for T20. And we're also doing our post-Christmas sale. I will share this file with you guys so you can have these links. But these were some great, this is going to be in there. These are some great like examples of what people did to like advertise for the like, they did it at the end of summer, but we're doing it like post-Christmas sale. So there's all those kind of things. I did set up the group, if I can find it. And I'll show you what that looks like. So it's set up with units so that they can work through before it starts, so they can work through and see all the different programs, what they are, that kind of stuff. It shares like Daily Sunshine, it shares all about Daily Sunshine, all the benefits of that. So that will be loaded and they can work through that at their own. And then the week of the sale, I shared this in our page, but what I'd like to do, there we go, is have people sign up to, I will post the like, they're in purple, and that's like what's on like the deals. So like if they buy the All Access Challenge Pack, they're gonna get a $20 gift card. If they purchase a deluxe or mega pack, then they'll get a $25 gift card. And then I made these flyers for that. But I thought during that day, if we could have somebody talk about their own results from, you know, using a challenge pack, and then somebody share about getting it done when you have kids or if you work full time, that kind of thing. So that's where I would like people to sign up. And if you want to post, like record your video, you can schedule it to go during that time if you don't want to do it live, that kind of thing. So there's something for each day on the 26th through the 31st. There's one about Shakeology. There's one about the beach bars. There's one about the performance, daily sunshine, and then the ultimate refresh, 3-day refresh, and to be mindset. So if you guys will take time to sign up at some point, and then it says on there the date and just kind of the topic to kind of go around. And you can do video, you can make a post, and you can schedule it or do it live if you want to, just in that time.
Where were these at?
This I posted in the team page, but I'll repost it later.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's going to be the sale, and it's a great way to kind of like, if we're trying to hit Success Club at the end of December, it's kind of a great way to do that, just because you're giving back, a portion of what you've made, but it's a discount for people. So that's kind of what we have. So now in January, then we'll just have the one group starting, since that's kind of the consensus. So I'm still trying to help people with either T20 or to try to commit to at least 4 days a week. That's my goal, is to help them with nutrition and 4 days a week. And so picking people, I think the majority of people will end up doing T20 and then, whatever other program they pick. So wanted to kind of talk about onboarding new coaches. I know that's the biggest thing of when you're a coach and you're not sure like how to even help a coach. And so you struggle to like invite to coaching because you don't know what to do with when they become one. So the biggest thing is you actually have to invite to coaching and not just invite to the challenge group. Because if you don't ever invite, you're probably not going to get coaches added. And so every month we are going to do the last Monday of the month, you can count on, we are going to do a What is Coaching group. And we are toying with doing them some in Zoom like this, so you can send them the link. And it's more like this, a webinar. That way they don't have to have Facebook, that type of thing. And then the first Monday of every month, we are going to host a Getting Started Right call for all of the new coaches. And so that kind of like gives them a deadline to kind of sign up and say, you want to do this so that you can be part of the Getting Started Right call so you can get started. And then there's, I don't know if you know or if you've seen in our team page, but there are groups that you can add them to that are units based. So I add all of my new coaches to, it's called the First 7 Days. And that really just walks them through like what to post the first week, like how to talk about coaching, to create their own, Gmail account, to set up their auto pay, to how to sign up a coaching customer. That's basically share a cart, and then to make a list. And then Getting Organized kind of talks about Google Streak. And then there's also the New Coach Academy, which is brand new trainings that Beachbody is coming out with in a new tracker. Casey, you've watched these videos. She was in that group, our test group for it, and they were really good. And honestly, I went through them too, and I learned a lot. Like, I've watched them several times. Jessica was part of it too. I really suggest all of you guys working through that. Just when you go through the units, watch the videos. It's like how to invite, how to use Instacart or share a cart, how to use your Instagram, how to build a brand, a lot of really great things. So those are all resources that you have that you can add people to. And I'd like to start people in that every month. So that's taking off a lot of pressure for you as a new coach, feeling like you're the one that has to like teach them how to use social media, because this group or the New Coach Academy does that for you. And then I've shared this, but I will reshare it. It's kind of like your first 30 days into coaching. If you don't want to give these prizes to people, then by all means don't share this document. But it kind of walks them through that they need to be drinking Shakeology, they need to be working out, and they need to be doing personal development. And then if on the first 7 days they do these things, I'm sending them a personal development book. And then it talks about how to launch your business. And one of the things that I'm suggesting to new coaches is after you make your first post and making that first kind of post that's an invite to join, once you get people messaging you, feel free to add your upline coach in a 3-way message. That way you can kind of help them with answering questions and guiding that. I know for me, when I was first starting, I word vomited all over, and I gave every detail possible in that first here's what you need to know, and it was all this information. And it probably scared half of the people away because I never heard back from them. So just kind of having them help you, or you helping your coaches in those conversations. So there's that. It shares ideas on what to post. We all know that's a struggle. It has a link to the activity tracker. And then at 14 days, if they do all these in 14 days, they are going to get a cute shirt from the Beachbody store. And then just talking about Diamond and those kind of things. So that's a resource that you can share with your new coaches as well. So those are what we have. Things on the calendar are Portion Fix is released in March, and you can get certified in Portion Fix. So right now you can get certified in To Be Mindset, and there's a course you can take so that you can offer more nutritional services to people, and that's going to be the same thing behind Portion Fix, which I'm super excited about because that's the program that's worked the best for me. To Be Mindset gave me way too many liberties, and I took advantage of them. And so I struggled, but there's a lot of people that are really doing well with To Be Mindset. And then with Portion Fix, they're doing 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme, and they're doing that live. So they're releasing one, a week of workouts, like they're doing with the T20. In April and October, we're going to do Push to Diamond groups. I wish they were here to tell you, but Jacqueline and Ariane just won $800 for re-going Diamond in our Push to Diamond group. They each won $800. So really cool. And we'll try to do something like that in April and October. I don't know that I can't guarantee that it's going to be $800, but it would be the share of the pot. So if you go Diamond during that time, you would get that. And if your coaches go, that kind of thing. But at least you would get the money out that you put in. So that's really cool. And then we're going to try to do these 24 hours to Emerald. Just one night where we work together, really focusing on going to Emerald. So sending a bunch of messages, getting people to join us, that kind of stuff. Because it really only takes 2 people to do that. And if you go Emerald 4 times, you're to Diamond. So it's really a good opportunity. And then we're going to have a Diamond retreat in September. And so we want lots of people at the Diamond retreat. And it is going to be here in Minnesota. And we are talking about incentives of ways that you can earn travel money. So basically, once you get here, everything would be covered, but getting there would not be. And so we're talking about incentives on how you can earn part of your travel expenses for that. But maybe you don't know it, Minnesota's really pretty in September. It's about it's usually decent temperature, and the leaves are changing and stuff like that. So, and we're gonna do it at our lake home. So be on a lake, and we'll do lots of fun things. So I'm super excited for that. And then we'll have team calls again. Are you guys okay with this time instead of the later time? Is this seem to be better for people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll keep it at this. The first week, we'll probably do some goal setting together. So talking about our goals, what we can do to get there. And then the second or third week, we'll do some kind of guest speaker and like a topic that we need to work on. And then the fourth week, we'll always be planning out the month. So talking about the next month that's coming and what we're inviting to, what's going on, how to strategize your posts, that kind of stuff. So that's the way you can kind of know what to expect. Casey Partridge and I were just having coffee and we were just talking about Instagram. So I'm going to try to get somebody to come in and talk about Instagram training in January or February. But if there's any topics or any people that you'd like to hear from, I can certainly ask. I can't guarantee a result. So is there anything with any of that you have questions on? Anybody want to share their goals yet for 2019?
Me, Diamond, by, what did we decide? January 31st.
End of January? Yeah. You are so singing close.
I know.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get to Diamond too.
Yeah.
I've had a really hard week, I'm not gonna lie, but
It's okay.
You have. It's okay.
next week is a new week.
You have an excuse.
She has finals.
Oh.
I have one more tomorrow, and I'm done.
And she has 3 weddings in 3 weeks that she's in. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be very fun.
I totally get it. So, anyone else?
I have a lot of small goals too, but sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I have a lot of other small goals, but that's like my big goal.
Yeah. I would like to make it to Summit this year.
Yes.
I'm sick of watching from my bed for the last 2 years. And Ariane and I were talking about it the other day. She's like, "Are you going to Summit?" And I was like, "I don't know, because I have a youth camp the next weekend. It's always the same weekend in July. And Summit is always like the weekend before. So it makes it really hard for me." And so I'm like, it got my wheels turning a little bit. And I'm like, maybe I could try to make this work. So not really a business goal. I mean, it kind of is a business goal because it's so encouraging. And I just love it. Like everything that I get to watch, like to be there would be so much better. So kind of have that as a little goal in the back of my mind right now.
That's awesome.
So
I definitely think Summit's a not miss thing.
yeah.
I missed my first year and I was like, why did I not
Every
go?
time I
And
watch it, I
never
feel
missed
that.
it.
I'm like, oh. So yeah, I think it looks awesome. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Allison Summit is our coach. Like all Beachbody coaches can gather together and they do trainings, and they have like Rachel Hollis is coming this year. She's one of the guest speakers and things like that. And then they always launch a bunch of things. And then there's like Success Club part. I mean, there's just things like you do as team and stuff like that. So it's really a cool event that everyone can come. There's also, if you guys have never been to one, there's always Super Saturdays as well. There's one January 12th, I think it is. Ours is like 3 hours away, so it's hard to make it.
Yeah.
But they have them all over, and they have like you do a workout, and then they have speakers and stuff like that. So they're really neat.
What's that called again?
Those are Super Saturdays. And if you go to your coach office, it should be in the news portion, the coach breaking news portion, and then you should be able to search your area to find out where and when it is. I can try to look for that later for you.
Cool.
Any other ones? Any other goals?
Not that I need to make.
To have a 6-pack by the end.
What?
I said to have a 6-pack by the end of 2019.
T20. Let's rock it.
Yes.
I'm excited. Very excited.
I am also loving short workouts. So I was like,
my
oh,
gosh.
it's going to be really hard when T20's over and I have to do something that's longer than 20 minutes.
I got all this stuff, but I didn't get my step.
I can't believe you didn't get your step.
They said it would ship separately, but I didn't think like that separately.
They did. Mine came in 2 boxes.
I know, that's what I thought, but mine didn't. Yeah, no, different days.
I wonder if they came from different places or something.
I don't know.
Like different warehouses. The tracker is really cool.
I know. I was looking at it.
I'm
I need
excited.
it. It even has like, I laughed a lot, a little, or I'll laugh more tomorrow.
That's
Aw, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but
Oh, I would.
right there.
That's awesome.
so
Hopefully
cool.
mine comes in the mail tomorrow. I haven't got my stuff yet, so be able to look at it soon.
And
Yeah.
I have the whiteboard calendar where you can write
Pretty
it up
cool.
and then you can erase it if you do it again or whatever. I don't know. I like that.
I need to hang mine up so it doesn't keep rolling. But
Doesn't keep what rolling.
yeah, because it's like rolled, you know, like
Or put 2 books in it and leave it for like 24 hours.
that's a good idea. I can imagine what's going to happen to mine, and that's my kids are going to erase my writing. So I might need to actually write them down on a permanent piece of
Put
paper.
it really high up in the air. They're on the wall.
No, I don't know. You can put those in your tracker too.
Yeah, there's a spot, but there's a spot in here too.
Yeah, I saw that. Mhm.
Transformers